Okay, so this is an orange mint, and I planted it here so that it would kind of spread. The oxalis is still doing really well. Trees are starting to try and come back, but we'll stay on top of that. Strawberries are still putting out flowers, but also I think that this one is going to start running soon. I know for sure that the musk strawberry has absolutely began to run. So you can see. So yeah, this one will be spreading a lot and very quickly, and I'm happy about that. I want it to cover as much of this area as it can. The dewberry has also started to run. It was actually running that way, and I just kind of took everything and started running it this way because I need it to run this way. And hopefully this area will become kind of filled in before the grass gets to it. The violets are looking good. I pulled the blackberries out. I didn't know anybody that wanted any, so I just kind of left them to decompose. Ferns are huge. Huge. That little guy, not getting any bigger, but he's still there, so we'll see. So much shade right here. It's amazing. And believe it or not, even in this kind of deep shade, I get strawberries. So it's kind of crazy. Grandmother's sedum still here. I got a really good haul on some free pots last weekend from a wonderful lady, and I gave her some rose jelly and some violet jelly and some dwarf mulberry saplings. So I love it when it's like this kind of warm time of summer, but it's not quite the middle of summer, because my creeping time has gone crazy and it started to creep, so it's doing exactly what I hoped it would do, so I'm really pleased with that. Let's see, I guess we'll go here. The blackberries are just starting to turn, and I think the birds are getting them before I get to them, because I have my eye on a few and then the next day they're gone. And then also yesterday I found one, this one, sorry, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's that one right there. So I was gonna pick it, but it was covered in ants, and those ants have eaten that whole berry. So maybe it's not birds, maybe it's ants, I don't know. Things are starting to get a little better as far as coverage. Okay, so you can definitely see the holes in my ground cover now. The good thing is that that cucumber is starting to vine and grow crazy, that the raspberry has put up all these little runners, so those will grow out and fill in, so that will help. Mulch, I wish I had the money for a bunch of mulch, but I don't. So the tomatoes are still doing well. Look, I've got, I don't know if you can see, but I've got flowers on my eggplants now, so hopefully I'll have some eggplants here in a little while. My garlic is starting to scape, which you can eat those. It's really nice. Strawberries actually are starting to bear. I know it feels kind of late, but and look, this is like a blackberry something, one of those berries, so we'll see how that goes. But you can definitely see the holes, right? The good thing is I've got stuff vining, I've got stuff blooming that should start filling in those holes, and it's hard to keep track of all of the things that are coming up. This right here, that is mulberry weed, and it's horrible. Sticks to your hands, sticks to everything else. Seeds in it less than 4 inches, it'll start self-seeding. So go right here. All right, so you can see some strawberry tucked in there with the horehound seedlings. And believe it or not, this Turkish orchid is not dead yet. Still there. I have got, where'd those go? There. I have got some more cucumbers coming up, and those will vine soon. My anniversary rose has got another bloom. I had a big pepper on here. If you watch my Instagram account, you have seen a picture of it. I picked it yesterday. So I love my green chilies are starting to bear fruit, or green chilies, but wonderful taste. I've missed that taste. These daylilies, I can't wait for them to bloom. Y'all are gonna go crazy. It's like at least 3 stacked blooms. It could be more than that. Sometimes I think I've seen 6. It's the most amazing daylily I've ever seen. So that wood sorrel is dying back as it normally does in the summer. And I'll cover it with mulch, and then next year it'll come right back. The chamomile has died back. It's just getting to be that really hot time of year a lot earlier than usual. Usually there's at least about 3 more weeks where we don't have really hot weather. That's not the case right now. But stuff like my thyme and the vining plants, this is when they're gonna shine. So this is like, there is another cucumber, and that's gonna vine here soon. So I'm not real concerned, because I know that, you know, here in a little bit things are gonna, look at this, that Artemisia, variegated Artemisia is so pretty but huge. You can see the pot that it's in that I buried, because Artemisia spreads so much. I cut it down before it seeds, and I keep it in a pot bound, because that would take over my whole garden if I gave it the opportunity to. So you have to be careful with Artemisia. It's beautiful, it's useful, but gotta keep it in its place. Look, peppers. But right here is another set of cucumbers. I'll thin those out today. And that stump, I don't know if you guys watch my Instagram, but that stump has so much fungus that grows off of it. You can kind of see it. It's amazing. So I think now y'all are getting a feel for why I did what I did and how this is gonna look. See how, you know, this is very, very low. It's pretty much disintegrating. Okay, well that's cool, because this strawberry is gonna get a lot more light, and that one too. And they will start running and try and fill in this space. And there's actually another strawberry I buried right here. So as the vining things that I planted start taking over, also these strawberries will start taking over. And it'll be a process. There'll be a stressful time kind of in between before everything fills in. But I feel like everything will kind of make it through. Another wonderful discovery I made that I was kind of hoping would happen this year is those are cucamelons, mouse melon seedlings. And I had them here last year, and I really hoped, desperately hoped they would self-seed, because they make a wonderful ground cover, a wonderful mat. And here's the raspberry Joan Jay. And but they're easy to move. They don't take over everything and break limbs off or anything like that. They are a delicate vining melon ground cover, and they're very manageable though. And I love the little cucamelons. So look guys, we have tomatoes, and that's my fig. And my fig is looking a lot happier since I put it in the ground. I'm sure by the end of the year this tomato will be huge, but this fig will come back and it'll be great. Again, more regular cucumbers. I honestly wish I had known that the cucamelons were going to come back before I planted those cucumber seeds, because I wouldn't have, because this whole area I would just leave to the cucamelons. But c'est la vie. I will try and manage as best I can. These are the okras. I've thinned them. I'm waiting for these to get a little sturdier before I pick one. But everything I've put in this corner has not made it, except look what just sprouted, cucamelons. So I really want these to just take over this area, hopefully. That rabbit is kind of a turd, so I have to kind of, hopefully he won't eat the cucamelon vines. So I have recently had a flower there, and there's another one on the other side. So I'm very hopeful that I'm gonna have some eggplants soon. Now that these have died down, this strawberry has some more light, and it will probably start running. Those basils are starting to kind of come into their own. So this is, you know, it's a weird transition time, but it's kind of exciting and it's interesting. Let's see, I had, yeah, everything I planted in this corner right here, which is not really doing so hot. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. The society garlic seemed to be okay. That is definitely dead. I will have to cut that later today, but see that my cucumber is just getting nice and big. It's already vining, but it will spread further, and everything should have, you know, a decent amount of cooling ground cover. I trimmed these yesterday. I was lazy and left the trimmings on the ground. But these guys, I had some flowers, some good flowers, and I actually have, come on, some tomatoes. I love the smell of tomato plants. I don't know what it is. Just love that smell. So that is some okra. This is some of that pink quote-unquote okra, which is really just like a tiny hibiscus, all in the same family. Hold on. Look guys, what did I tell you? That's ginger right here coming up. I think this will make a decent little cover right here. Kind of lend some shade back here to that blueberry and that pepper. It may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing. I don't know. We'll see. The watermelon is vining. And I did plant more of my watermelon seeds because I just thought, you know, I really want another one. So I've never had watermelon in the front bed. Watermelon, tomatoes in the front bed. It's an all-out vegetable garden, y'all. So here's some more of that okra I have thinned. I'm waiting for it to get bigger. That's, I think, probably more watermelon seeds. This is one of those blueberries. So, well, my hope is that when the watermelon comes, it will help shade this enough where this will have a shot, because, you know, it's not used to the hot weather. So this good King Henry, still trucking along. Okras again. I found something yesterday, but blueberry's still good. I'm hoping. Love that time. Oh, come on, you turds, stop killing my stuff, squirrels. Damn. Sorry, Calendula. Where was it? It was right around here. Oh yeah, so that. I planted a boysenberry here early spring and it did nothing, and I was like, well, that was a waste of money from Tractor Supply. And look at it, it's coming in, guys. I'm excited about that, really excited about that. So I'm happy to have those ginger sprouts up. There will be more, you know, coming out in this area. Oh look, I'm used to a planting of okra. I gotta thin those out. So that's about it for now. Everything seems to be doing good. The blueberry over there is doing well. I honestly haven't looked at my peaches in a while. I was kind of afraid to be real. They're still, I don't know if y'all can see them, but they're still back there. They're not turning, which is fine. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, I guess. So this tomato's doing all right. My longevity spinach is putting up new leaves, but it's also, I think, getting eaten by the slugs and the rabbits. I just don't know if it's gonna make it. I hope so. I hope it spreads. I want it to. I really want to eat that. It's good for you. So good for you. So, aronia berry's good. I'm still holding out hope for this thing. This is good. The lupine's good, but it still has green on the stick, so I'm just really holding out hope that it will flush out and survive. We shall see, my friends. Turmeric getting big. Surprisingly, the watercress is still kicking. So I love this. This whole corner looks so good after everything sprouts. So I have caught some cardinal vine and what is it? Morning glory vines back here. Trying to make sure those don't come back and take over. This fence just can't handle it, you know. Gooseberries are here, doing well. Garlic's looking good. The good King Henry, trucking along. So, and I've got one in the back garden, which is looking really good too. And my grandfather's beans have pods. I'm so blessed and thankful that those bean plants produce pods, so that next year I can hope to have a bigger set of seeds and grow out my seed store for that. Okay, like I said, these musk strawberries really fill in, make a good ground cover. You know, in the early spring it looked like, oh, maybe a little. Here in the summer, they're gonna spread, they're gonna do good. Okay, y'all, here's another one of the strawberries there. I planted it there to vine. Okay, that's it for now, and I hope you've enjoyed it.